Now student, continuation with the part of previous lecture. Now we are going to start a theorem, and here theorem is the sum of the measure of all the angles of triangle is 180 degree. Means here I have drawn one diagram. Name of this triangle is triangle ABC, and sum of the angles of triangle is 180 degree. Means we have to prove this angle A, or you can say angle BAC. Next angle B means angle ABC, and third angle is C means angle ACB. Sum of the angles of this triangle is 180 degree. Means we have to prove that angle A plus angle B plus angle C is 180 degree. Now student, I am going to create entire structure in front of you in the form of given, to prove, construction and proof directly. And this diagram needs some modification. Logically we can call it as a construction. Also I am going to develop a construction, giving an explanation and writing it. So pay attention. Now student, originally is triangle ABC, and now it is nothing but given to us. Now we are going to make some construction. What is exactly this construction? To base BC, we are going to draw a line parallel to base BC, a line parallel to base BC, and that is passing from point A. Means this is a base BC and this dotted line is parallel to base BC. This is nothing but construction. Just to indicate the name, I am going to call this line as PQ over here. Means we have drawn a line PQ such that it is parallel to base BC, and passes from point A. Now this is nothing but structure, or you can say construction. Now what exactly happening over here? As PQ is parallel to BC, in the first case the part is our angle, that is PAB and angle ABC. Here these two lines are parallel line and AB is act as a transversal. So logically you can say your angle A and this angle B automatically become equal, and these are nothing but alternate angle. Part 2. Same structure is possible when PQ is parallel to BC and AC is act as a transversal, and again angle QAC means this angle is congruent to ACB means this angle, and definitely we are going to write that part in the terms of proof. So first we have to write given, then to prove, construction and then proof. So pay attention over here, and the part is given. So we have first part, that is given. So triangle ABC is given triangle, that is nothing but your part given over here. Next to that, here to prove, we have to prove sum of the angles of triangle is 180. Means starting from angle A, then angle B and then angle C. So one by one, angle A means angle BAC plus angle B means angle ABC, and angle C means angle ACB. Sum of the angles of triangle is 180 degree. That we have to prove. Now we have drawn some modification, that is nothing but construction. You can give this name over here, or you can also write it as major angle A, major angle B and major angle C. This is also true for. Now construction. What exactly we have done in construction? We have drawn line PQ which passes through A and parallel to BC. So construction. Draw line PQ which passes from point A and segment PQ is parallel to side BC. In this way we have done a construction. Now we are moving to the part of proof, and the part is, I am going to write the proof in the form of numbers, statement and reason. In that case, once again please observe it. Here PQ parallel to base BC, PQ parallel to base BC, and here AB act as a transversal. Here AB act as a transversal. Naturally, angle PAB is congruent to ABC. Reason is nothing but alternate angle. And I am giving it as a equation number 1. In second case, again PQ parallel to BC. PQ parallel to BC. And AC act as a transversal. Then angle QAC is congruent to ACB. Again these two are equal, that is nothing but alternate angle. I am giving it as equation number 2. And in the third part, we know that PQ is a straight line. So all the angle which is formed over here in the form of linear, their addition is 180. Now whatever part I have described, I am going to write it over here, please pay attention. So one by one. Part first. Here as PQ parallel to BC, as segment PQ, or you can say line PQ parallel to side BC. This is by construction, so I am going to write by construction. Therefore, angle PAB, or you can say angle ABC. So first, angle ABC is congruent to angle PAB. I am going to call it as equation number 1, and reason alternate angles. Now the part is, here also you can explain that segment PQ parallel to side BC and AB act as a transversal. AB act as transversal. Now same part we have to explain about transversal AC. What I mean to say, pay attention. Second, again as PQ parallel to BC, as PQ parallel to side BC and AC act as transversal. Reason by construction. Therefore, angle ACB, therefore, angle ACB is congruent to angle QAC. ACB is congruent to QAC, and reason is alternate angles. And I am giving it as equation number 2. Now in third, I am going to make addition of all the 3 angles of triangles, means as per given condition, angle A, angle B and angle C. I have to make the addition of all these 3 angles, and the part is, so third, here I am taking the reference of equation 1 and equation 2. How? Pay attention. So from given data, we have addition of all 3 angles, means first angle A, so I am going to write it as angle BAC, means angle A of triangle. Next angle B means angle ABC, means you can say your logical angle B. And third angle is C, means angle ACB is equal to, first angle BAC is as usual, it is not going to change. So I am writing BAC as usual. So angle BAC plus, now pay attention, instead of ABC, we know that ABC is nothing but PAB. So pay attention over here. As I make single mark, that is nothing but equation 1, that I am going to mark over here. Means we are going to replace ABC, and we are going to replace ABC by PAB. So I am going to write angle PAB. As it is a single mark over here, also I am going to make a single mark over here, so you can easily understand the part. Here we have taken a reference from equation 1. So हमारे पास equation में और एक part आएगा, that is from equation 1. Now there is also one modification about ACB. Now what about ACB? Again I make double mark over here, angle ACB. Angle ACB is nothing but QAC. So again reference over here. Just for clear understanding, I have made double mark. Now your ACB is going to replace by QAC. So I'm going to write plus angle QAC. And that is from equation 2. So in reason from equation 1 and 2. Now pay attention to this part. Here is a new system available. Angle BAC plus PAB plus QAC. Please observe the part from the diagram. And the part is first angle BAC plus PAB. Here observing a part angle BAC means we are talking about this angle. And when this BAC is going to get added with PAB, first plus second, that angle become PAC. And this PAC is also going to get added with QAC. But writing the steps over here. And the part is, here BAC plus PAB, this addition of these two angles now become angle PAC. Should become angle PAC plus this angle QAC is as usual. But from diagram PAC plus QAC, here PAC plus QAC, that is nothing but linear pair of angle. And if it is a linear pair of angle, their angle addition is 180 degree. So I am going to write it as equal to 180 degree. Why? Because these are nothing but addition of linear pair. Excluding the part in the reason by linear pair, as this value is 180 degree. But what is this 180? It is nothing but angle BAC plus angle ABC plus ACB. These are nothing but originally angle A, angle B, angle C of that triangle. So in a small modification, either you can write the same part, else I am writing a short. BAC means original my angle A plus angle ABC means angle B, and third part angle ACB means angle C, and addition of all these three angles. And that become 180 degree, and that is called as sum of the angles of triangle is 180 degree. And in this way you can complete the part. There is a slant modification in your textbook, and I have made some slant modification over here, but observe it carefully and please adopt the method like 1, 2, 3 so that your answer look will systematically manner. Instead of ABC, if you want to write the same line over here, no problem. And in this way you can complete your proof. Now student, please pay attention. I have drawn this additional diagram so that you can easily understand the part. What does it mean? Here you can see angle PAB. So PAB, this is angle over here, is equal to ABC, which is over here. And you can simply observe from this diagram, these are nothing but alternate angles. Same structure I have clear over here. Angle QAC means the angle over here, and angle ACB means angle over here. These two angles. And these two diagrams that I have drawn for your helpline so that you can easily understand the concept of alternate angle, and it is just supportive for this part. Definitely for your understanding you can keep as a part of a knowledge. No need to have an explanation of this part, just for proper understanding I have drawn it. Now today students, we are going to start interior angle test. Now there are three tests we have to understand, and among this theorem is called as indirect type of proof. The statement is theorem, if interior angle formed by a transversal of two distinct lines are supplementary, then the two lines are parallel. Once again, if the interior angles formed by a transversal of two distinct lines are supplementary, then the two lines are parallel. What does it mean? Pay attention. Here after some time I am also giving a nomenclature, but understand the structure. If first line and second line is given and third line is given as a transversal, then there are two pair of interior angle get formed. We are discussing about one pair. Let us say this is the first interior angle and this is second interior angle, and addition of these two is 180 degree. Then we can say that first line is parallel to second line, and that part we have to prove. Again it is a type of indirect proof, and definitely I am going to give a nomenclature in terms of a line, and I am going to write the proof in the form of number, statement and reasons with the part of given and to prove also. So friends, we are going to discuss over here the part. Let us say there is a line AB and there is a line CD. These are the two lines. There is a transversal XY. When this transversal XY intersect AB, this is a point of intersection, indicating this point as point P, and the same line XY intersect the line CD at say point Q. So you can say P and Q are intersection point of line AB and CD with transversal XY. We have to take any one pair. So I am going to take first pair of interior angle over here. Means I am talking about this first angle and this second angle. And let us assume that they have given angle BPQ, means angle P, and angle PQD, that is angle Q. Their addition is 180 degree that they have given to us. And after that we have to prove that if addition of interior angle is 180 means supplementary, then we have to prove that line AB is parallel to line CD. That part we have to prove. So all the part of a diagram in terms of given and to prove, I am going to write it. And the part is here. First of all I am going to write a given. So the part is given AB and CD are two lines. So AB and CD are given lines. Next, line XY is transversal. And also angle P plus angle Q means angle BPQ, major angle BPQ plus major angle PQD is equal to 180 degree. They have given us. So it's equal to 180 degree. We have to prove that. In that case, line AB is parallel to line CD. Means part to prove. Here, line AB is parallel to line CD, and this part we have to prove over here. No doubt we are going to write the proof in the form of number, statement and reason. So the part is number, statement and reason. And in this case, again this is nothing but indirect proof. So here, what is exactly mean by indirect proof? There is a part over here. We have to prove that line AB is parallel to CD. We are going to consider that AB and CD are not parallel. If they are not parallel, then definitely they are going to intersect somewhere, and let us say they intersect at point T, and according to that we are going to make the modification in this diagram, and according to that we are going to complete indirect proof. And the part is here I am to draw a diagram where AB and CD will be act as an intersecting line. As we are doing this proof as indirect proof, according to that assumption we are going to draw AB and CD, and let us say they are intersecting at point T, and the diagram is. Now as per discussed, we have drawn one diagram just for clear understanding. There is a line AB, there is a line CD, and now we are assumed, so it's an indirect proof that these lines are not a parallel. If they are not parallel, definitely they will be go and intersect somewhere. So I'm going to indicate this point of intersection as point T over here. Now if point T is get formed over here by intersection of line AB and CD, no doubt this XY is a transversal, remain as it is, having an intersection at P and Q. But by this structure, if you want to draw AB and CD as intersecting line at T, the diagram TPQ, a form diagram is nothing but triangle, and we know that sum of the angles of all the three angles of a triangle is 180. So whatever be part we have taken into assumption and the part to be proof, we are going to give it over here, and the part to be explained over here is. So here one by one, as we are going to do it as an indirect proof, so I am going to write it as indirect proof. So indirect proof. Now in this case, first of all we are going to say that AB and CD are not distinct lines. Let us assume line AB and line CD are not distinct line. Means you can say intersecting line. Intersect at T. Remember that we have used the word let us assume. Now in this case, if they get intersect at point T, then by diagram in triangle PTQ. So therefore in a triangle PTQ, we know that sum of the angles of triangle is 180 degree. Therefore angle PTQ plus angle TPQ plus angle Q means angle PQT is equal to 180 degree. And here we can write the reason sum of the angles of triangle. So the part is sum of the angles of triangle but we know that only angle P and angle Q, here only angle P and angle Q is 180. So I am going to write as it is the statement which is in a given. So making modification as per the point T means angle, you can say, but angle TPQ plus angle PQT is 180 degree as given. In short, we have written angle P and angle Q as 180 degree. Means in a triangle there are two angles, their addition is 180. In a triangle there are two angles, their addition is 180. If two angle addition is 180, naturally third angle is a zero angle or value of zero angle. Naturally we can say that angle PTQ, therefore angle PTQ becomes 0 degree angle. Now here angle PTQ, this angle becomes 0 degree angle. If PTQ is a 0 degree angle, then we have taken this angle as some value, but now as it is coming as a 0 degree, means there is no possibility that AB and CD intersect each other. It itself indicates that our assumption is wrong. So whatever be our assumption we have taken is wrong over here. Therefore our assumption is wrong. Naturally AB and CD are distinct lines. Therefore AB and CD are distinct lines. And as these are the distinct lines as well as non-intersecting line, then we can say that line AB is parallel to line CD. Line AB parallel to line CD is only one part or final part. Here in a book they have added some excess statement. Definitely from the book observation you can complete it, but this is the method of writing, and in this way you can complete your part. Now the next theorem is alternate angle test. Alternate angle test theorem. If a pair of alternate angles formed by transversal, of two lines is congruent, then the two lines are parallel. Means in a given condition there are two lines, one line is given as a third transversal and alternate angles forms are congruent, then we have to prove that the respective lines are parallel. Now understanding that concept over here, and a part is, here they have given line L and line M. These are the two given line. Let us say third line, I am going to indicate it by N. And this line is transversal. So line N is nothing but transversal for us. Now here alternate angle, we have to take a pair of alternate angle. Let us say I am going to take one angle A over here and second angle B over here. So these are the two angles, and they have given that this is the alternate angle and angle A and angle B are equal. I repeat, they have given angle A and angle B are equal. Then we have to prove that line L is parallel to line M. We have to prove line L is parallel to line M. No doubt we are going to write the answer in the form of given, to prove and proof. But understand, if angle A and angle B is a pair of alternate angle and it is congruent, then we have to prove that line L is parallel to line M. Now, as per described on the diagram, we are going to write all the part in terms of a given and to prove. And the part is, so first of all, given line L and line M are two lines. Line N is a transversal. So line N is transversal. Angle A and angle B are alternate angles. So angle A and angle B are alternate angles. Also they have given angle A is equal to angle B, means alternate angles are congruent. Then we have to prove that the lines are parallel. Means to prove, we have to prove line L parallel to line M. That is the part we have to prove over here. In that case, we are going to write in the form of number, statement and reason. So number, statement and reason. Now please pay attention how we are going to complete the proof. One by one try to understand. Here they have already given us angle A equal to angle B, and in that case we are taking additional one angle and the name of that angle is angle C. Now one by one how we are going to complete the proof, try to understand. First of all, we know that angle A plus angle C, angle A plus angle C is 180 degree. Reason, linear pair of angle. They have also given angle A equal to angle B, angle A equal to angle B. So our second statement type become angle A equal to angle B. In the third part, we can write if A plus C is 180, naturally we can remove A and write B over there. B plus C is also 180. But if angle B plus angle C is 180 degree, if angle B plus angle C is 180 degree, in that case angle B and angle C or angle C and angle B become 180, but these are interior angle, and if interior pair of angles is supplementary, naturally line L is parallel to line M, and in this way we are going to complete the proof. And definitely we are going to take a support of interior angle theorem test that we have done previously. And the part is, so your part is first, from given diagram, from given angle A equal to angle B, it is given, so I am going to call it as equation number 1 and I am going to write it as given. Now second part, also angle A plus angle C, also angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. I am going to call it as equation number 2 and giving a reason, linear pair of angle. Naturally, angle A plus angle C is 180, that we have written in equation 2, and equation 1 we have written angle A equal to angle B. If angle A equal to angle B, I am going to remove this angle A. I am going to remove this angle A and replacing angle A by angle B over here. This is a substitution. So in the third part, Just instead of angle A, I would replace it by angle B, and the part is. Therefore, angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Just from equation 1 and 2. So I am writing here from 1 and 2. As angle B plus angle C is 180 degree, as angle B plus angle C is 180 degree, but angle B and angle C is nothing but interior angle. So I am going to write, but angle B and angle C are interior angles. If addition of interior angle is 180 means supplementary, naturally the lines are parallel. Therefore, automatically we can say that line L is parallel to line M, and reason by interior angle test theorem. By interior angle test theorem. And with this simple 4-5 lines, we can complete the proof. This is also called as alternate angle test theorem. So, it's alternate angle test theorem. And in this way, you can complete the proof. Student, repeatedly read it because in next numerical we continuously require this part. Now friends, continuation with the part, we are moving over here for corresponding angle test theorem. Now what is exactly this theorem? Try to understand first. Corresponding angle test theorem, its statement is, if a pair of corresponding angles formed by a transversal of two lines is congruent, then the two lines are parallel. Once again, if a pair of corresponding angles formed by a transversal of two lines is congruent, then the lines are parallel. Means here, let us say I have drawn one diagram. There are two lines. One is a line L, second is a line M. These are the two lines. So line L and line M. It is intersected by third transversal. Let us say I am going to call this line as line N. Means in this diagram, line N become transversal for us. And as per their condition, if a pair of corresponding angles forms by a transversal of two lines are congruent, means we have to take two angles as corresponding angle. So the part is, let us say here an angle form called as angle A, and here is an angle form, that is angle B. And these are congruent, means angle A congruent to angle B. This is given. Then we have to prove that line L is parallel to line M. Then we have to prove that line L parallel to line M. No doubt for this part we are going to write given to prove proof in entire structure. So observe it carefully. As per discuss in this diagram, we are going to write given and to prove. So the part is given. Here line N is transversal for line L and M, for line L and line M. Next, angle A congruent to angle B, and these are nothing but a pair of corresponding angle. So I am going to write pair of corresponding angles means angle A is congruent to angle B over here. Now we are giving the declaration of corresponding angle. Now we have to prove that line L parallel to line M. So to prove line L is parallel to line M. Now this part we have to prove, and in the form of number, statement and reasons. Now one by one, once again we are moving over here. They have given us that angle A equal to angle B, angle A equal to angle B they have given, and our target is we have to prove that line L is parallel to line M, where line N is act as a transversal. Now again we are doing the same thing. We are taking additional angle, and here as A and B over here, I am going to take an extra angle, and the name of this angle is C. Now our first statement is that angle A equal to angle B, angle A equal to angle B, angle A equal to angle B, it is given by them. Moving with the next part, we know that angle A plus angle C, angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Reason, it is nothing but a pair or linear pair. Next, as they have given angle A equal to angle B, I am going to remove angle A and I am going to put the value of angle B over there. Then equation become angle B plus angle C is equal to 180. As angle B plus angle C is equal to 180, in that case the part they become supplementary for each other, and this is nothing but pair of interior angle. If pair of interior angle is supplementary, naturally the respective lines, means line L and M, are parallel, and in this way we are going to complete the proof. So the part is writing that proof over here. First, they have given angle A equal to angle B. Angle A is equal to angle B. This is given, so I am going to write it as given, and I am going to call it as equation number 1. Now, as per a diagram, so I am going to write second part. Also, angle A plus angle C, angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. I am going to call it as equation number 2, and the thing word linear pair angle, linear pair angles. Naturally, in equation 1 we are going to say that angle A equal to angle B. In second equation we are going to say angle A plus angle C is 180 degree. Now we are going to replace angle A by angle B. So removing angle A and putting angle B, so our equation become angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. This new equation is formed because of equation 1 and 2. So I am going to write the reason from equation 1 and 2. Now here, as angle B plus angle C, angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree, but angle B and angle C is nothing but a pair of interior angles. So I am going to write, but angle B and angle C is pair of interior angles to one side of a transversal, to one side of a transversal. And name of transversal is N, so I am writing it as a N. So it is a pair of interior angles to one side of a transversal, and as a pair of interior angle which is at one side, their angle addition is 180 degree. Naturally line L is parallel to line M. Therefore line L parallel to line M, and reason is properties of interior angles by theorem of interior angle property. And in this way we are able to prove that line L is parallel to line M, and this theorem is called as corresponding angle test theorem. It is called as corresponding angle test. And remember, it's just 4 or 5 lines, but in numerical we continuously need it. So read it from your textbook and clear your concepts. Now student, we are going to see one corollary which is required in a numerical. So corollary 1, and the statement is, if a line is perpendicular to two lines in a plane, if a line is perpendicular to two lines in a plane, then the two lines are parallel to each other. Then these two lines are parallel to each other. Means if a line is perpendicular to two lines in a plane, you can see that this is I have drawn line L and another line M. Definitely both are in the same plane, and there is one transversal so called as N that I have drawn. And this transversal N is not only perpendicular to first line but also second line. Indication of a perpendicular line we are going to draw like this structure. Now this line N is perpendicular to line N, as well as this line N is also perpendicular to line M. Means it is perpendicular to both L as well as M. Now we have to prove that line L is parallel to line M. We have to prove that line L is parallel to line M. Here this angle is perpendicular means 90 degree is given. Just for a nomenclature, I am going to indicate it as angle A as well as C. So one part I have indicated as A and second as a C. And now we are going to write the proof in the form of given, to prove and proof. Now as per discuss about diagram, we are going to write all the part over here. First given. So first part given. Here line N is perpendicular to line L. Line N is perpendicular to line L, and second, line N is perpendicular to line M. Means this line N is perpendicular to both L as well as M. Now we have to prove. So to prove, we have to prove a part, and a part is here line L is parallel to line M. We have to prove that line L is parallel to line M. And no doubt I am going to write the proof in the form of number, statement and reasons, and a part is. So here numbers, statement and reason. So part first, line N is perpendicular to line L. Line N perpendicular to line L, this is given. Also we have line N is perpendicular to line M. This both apart is given. So I am going to write a reason over here for them as given. Now due to which two angles is get formed, angle A and angle C, and naturally angle A and angle C both are 90 degree. So giving the explanation over here, and a part is, therefore angle A is equal to angle C is equal to 90 degree, or you can say each right angle. But angle A and angle C are nothing but corresponding angle formed by a transversal N. So I am going to explain that part. But angle A and angle C are corresponding angles formed by transversal N. Naturally line L is parallel to line M. Therefore line L is parallel to line M, and this is corollary which is over here. Remember, this corollary can be written in two different ways. The second method is that if I am going to take it here two parallel line, you can also prove it for three parallel line, four parallel line, five parallel lines. Or if a transversal is perpendicular to first line, second line, third line and fourth line, or whatever may be line, then automatically all the lines will become parallel lines. And in this way we are moving to the next part, and that is nothing but exercise 2.2.